Also, you guys, just a quick side note. Fuck it, we just gonna read through the whole intro. 3, 2, 1, action. What's up, you guys? Welcome back. If you are new to my channel, my name is Myoshi Mac, and I am super excited to be sitting here talking to you guys today. Oh my goodness. Did you miss me, girl? Yes, I missed you too. It has been a minute since I've actually sat down and did like a real intro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't spoken to you guys in a while. I feel like it's becoming, there's like space between us, and I want to close the gap. You guys are, you know, here for the makeup look. So today's makeup look is this olive inspired smoky eye. Like, I did do a little bit of a cut crease just so that the colors could show up more. I didn't want to do a cut crease, you guys. You guys always know I'm trying to do a damn cut crease, but I tried to, you know, switch it up for you guys today. I wanted to do something a little bit warmer for the holiday season, for Thanksgiving, and I didn't really want to do anything that was like more neutral tone, if you know what I'm saying, like the warm neutrals. So I did switch it up for you guys. You know, I gotta show my versatility every now and again. If you are not subscribed to my channel, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know that every time that I upload. And if you guys want to know more about this makeup look, then keep on watching. Alright, you guys, jumping right into the tutorial. I'm taking my Makiage. This is their brow pen, and I'm using the shade Truffles to fill in my brows for today. I wanted to leave this brow clip in because, you know, sometimes I don't even leave brow clips in, and they could be kind of helpful even if it's just for a visual. But I start at the bottom, lining the bottom part of my brow, and then I move on to the top, fill it in, and then I just make like little strokes in the front to create brow hairs. Next, I'm taking the Mynk makeup. This is their Kush Brow Gel, and this is in the shade Dutch. So this is in the shade Dutch. It's a really like dark chocolatey kind of brown, and I'm gonna be using that just to keep my brow hairs in place. For the eyes today, I'm picking up my Morphe 15T palette. I love this palette so much. I don't really use it, but I did break one of the shadows, so yeah, that happened. I'm using the shade #OOTD in my crease, and I don't want to describe this color because, to be honest, like, the only thing it makes me think of is like bird poop, but it's like that weird like greenish brownish kind of grayish color. And I'm applying this in the crease, and I'm, you know, being a little heavy-handed with it. This is more of like a patchy shadow, like it doesn't apply that easily, like it's not really buttery, so just keep that in mind when you're using this palette. I think that's kind of the reason why I don't use it that often. It's because of the way that the shades work on the lid, but we were able to pull it together, so no worries there. I'm taking a smaller crease brush, and I'm using the shade #B4, and this is more of like your olive green. So I decided to use this to smoke out the darker green that we put in the crease, just so that way we have like a little bit of color dimension, and it actually brings out the greens in the first shadow that we applied. I did feel like it helped like make it look like it was a green look when I used this shade. Now we're gonna go ahead and cut the crease. Like I mentioned, I didn't really want to do a cut crease tutorial, but I did need these shimmers to like really pop on the lid. So I am applying a decent amount of concealer. This is the XX Revolution concealer, and this is in the shade CX9.2. So I'm using this to cut the crease. It does, you know, come a part of the collection of the foundation that I'm going to be using later on in the video. So yeah, I'm just using this to clear off my lid, you know, clean off any colors that may have fallen onto the lid space, just so that we have a nice clean and, you know, like freshly pigmented area for our shadows. Moving on to the next palette in the tutorial, I'm using the Nomad Underground palette, and this is the Berlin edition. I love this palette. Everything is shimmery, like except for the one brown color, but we're going to be using the first two colors on the top row. So I'm going to take the greener color, and you know, these like names are crazy, but I'm taking the color SO36, or is it SO36? I really don't know. But I'm using that in the middle of my eye just to kind of like brighten it up. It's like a really pretty green shimmer, but it has like olive reflex in it. It's, I don't know, it's just super pretty. Like, you see it. You know what I'm talking about. For the inner part of the eye, I'm taking the color Kreuzburg, I think that's how you say it, and I'm going to be, you know, just using my finger to apply that color initially. These shades definitely apply way better with the finger than with a brush, but I did want to get some color down, and I'm going to go over it with the brush just to add some intensity. But before we do that, I'm going back in with the shade Before from the Morphe palette, and I'm going to be blending together our like outer V area just so that way there's no disconnect there and everything looks so soft and blended into each other. Now I'm using my Makiage, and this is their pen eyeliner in the shade Black. And then I'm going to be going in with my LA Girl. This is their liquid eyeliner, again in the shade Black, and I'm going to be putting on a winged eyeliner for this look. I haven't done winged liner in, it feels like so long, so I was loving this. Like, I love a winged liner moment. For foundation, I'm taking the XX Revolution. This is their XX collection, I guess. I can't remember. They have so many lines, but I'll link it down in the description box below. I am in the shade 10.5, and I'm using an e.l.f. buffing face brush to apply this. This has been like one of my favorite brushes that I've been using lately for my foundation. Like I said in the last video, I really do love using brushes for my foundation, like face application. So this brush is like gold, and it's only like $6. So you can find it at CVS. If you don't have it, get you one. Now I'm going back in with my concealer. Again, this is the XX Fine Concealer in the shade 9.2. I'll have this linked and all the other products, like I usually do, down in the description box. But I did something a little bit different with my concealer today. I actually pulled it down onto my smile lines because I just really wanted to cover them up more. They've been showing a lot lately and I don't like it. So I did that, and I'm also going to be blending out with a small buffing brush, like a concealer brush, and I bring it all the way out to my temples. And this time I actually brought it onto my nose a little bit just to kind of help my contour be a little bit more defined, and I feel like it highlighted the under eye area so much better, you guys. Like, I like this little trick, so I think you guys should try it and add it to your makeup routine. If you do, comment down below in the description box, not the description box, comment down below in the comments section, you know what to do, and tell me if you tried it, and if you tried it, how'd you like it? Just to make sure that everything is super blended and giving airbrushed, I'm just going to go back over everything with my foundation brush and the soft bottom part of a beauty sponge, and I'm just going to, you know, kind of buff everything in, really press my concealer in. That's what I really use the sponge for, just to like push the concealer into my like fine lines and, you know, really set it in place. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my Nicka K Perfection powder, and I've really been liking this powder. I noticed while I was editing this video that it honestly looks like like my shade. Like it looks like it's my color. So I think that's why I'm liking it so much. And I'm using this really small, this is actually supposed to be a highlighter brush, but I'm using it to set the under parts of my eye and my smile lines and just any delicate area. To set the rest of my face, I'm taking my Sephora Microsmooth powder and I am in the shade Tan 40. So if you look like, you know, you're about my skin tone, sis, you're a 40. But yeah, I'm gonna use this just to set the rest of my face. I'm using a really big e.l.f. This is another e.l.f. brush. I just don't know. It's a flawless face brush. So I'm using an e.l.f. flawless face brush to set the rest of my face. For contour, I'm using my e.l.f. bronzer palette, and this is in the medium and deep, like medium/deep version. And again, I broke it, but I'm gonna use the second shade on the top, and I'm gonna use that as my bronzer. I haven't bronzed in so long. It's kind of ironic, like me, I bronze my face in the winter versus in the summer because I get super light. So I really just want to bring more life, warmth, and color into my skin in the winter months, whereas more people tend to like bronze in the summer. But yeah, that's just my thing. So you guys are gonna really get into like my bronzer routine. So I do bronze my whole face, my cheekbones, and my forehead. Sometimes I forget to do my jawline. I did in this video. After I bronze my face, I'm gonna go in with the shade that actually broke in the palette, and I'm gonna use that on more of a pointed crease brush, oh my god, a pointed face brush, and I'm gonna use that to contour. Now for blush, I'm gonna be taking the terracotta shade that you see in the palette, and I'm gonna use this all over my cheeks. One thing I noticed about blush, and this is just like a weird fact, it tends to fade very quickly. So you are allowed to be like heavy-handed. Like obviously don't go crazy and have clown cheeks, but when you're applying your makeup at the beginning of the day and you want it to last all day, you can go ham. Now for highlight, I'm taking the Wet n Wild highlight, and this is an Awesome Blossom. And then I'm gonna go over top of that with the Wet n Wild highlight in I'm So Lit. I've really been loving that highlighter right now. But yeah, it just really brightens up any highlighter that I put down first. And I really wanted to use this one because it's more of like a bronzy shade. It's super pretty. So it really kind of like warmed up the face while the eyes were a little bit more cool. To line my lips, I'm taking this Wet n Wild eyebrow pencil, and it's just a dark brown one. I think it's in the shade Chestnut. And I use, you know, eyebrow pencils as lip pencils because they tend to be bigger. And you know, it's like the same thing. So that's a life hack. Today's lipstick is the Morphe liquid lipstick in the shade Brunch, and I'm gonna be using this, you know, a little sparingly. Like I said in my last video, Morphe liquid lipsticks are like slippery and they get messy. So I'm using this a little sparingly, but I was actually gonna put gloss over this, but once I finished applying it, it looked so pretty. Like it was the prettiest combo. Don't mind me, I was watching SVU and shit was getting real. But anyways, yeah, I really liked the matte lip look today with the shiny eye. Like it was a vibe. Like, do you feel the vibe? Because I feel it. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and finish off the under eyes. I'm taking the shade #OOTD, and I'm just gonna use this to smoke out the lower lash line. Then I'm gonna go back into the Nomad Berlin Underground palette, and I'm gonna take the shade Kreuzburg and put that in my inner corner. For our setting spray, I'm taking the iHeart Revolution Pineapple Brightening Setting Spray just to make sure everything is set in place and is nice and bright. But right here, I'm giving real Dominican mommy realness, okay? If you guys didn't know, I am half Dominican and it's showing. It's showing. But this, you guys, is the final look. I had so much fun creating this look for you guys today. I really love how it came out. It was super pretty. I need to wear like more cool tones more often. I feel like it really makes my red hair pop just because it's so warm. But yeah, I loved having you here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you're staying safe. Have a happy Thanksgiving. And I can't wait to see you guys in my next video.